So there's been a lot of controversy about the awful Arkham Knight port on PC that was locked at 30 frames per second, the frame rate bounced everywhere, and texture pop-ins, and all that jazz. But it's not just... In fact, let me finish this topic first. The thing about this whole situation is people are demanding refunds, and they're getting their refunds. Good for them. But what I don't like about the situation is they're removing it from retail entirely, and they're not offering users who bought the game and didn't return it any type of positive incentives, like no free season pass, which should have been free anyway because the game cost $60 and there shouldn't be DLC already, or I don't know, giving them half of their money back, etc., for releasing a buggy game. I don't like the idea of people buying buggy games, but I also don't like the idea of companies allowing consumers to expect buggy games. We'll just patch it later. That is not okay. Another situation was the Mortal Kombat X PC port, which also had all these problems, if not more. You couldn't even start the game in most circumstances, and which I happen to have a physical copy on Xbox One through my dad. He bought the $90 Day 1 edition. You know what came with it? You know what fancy goodies he got? A slip of paper with a code on it with characters that were already on the disc. Let that slip in. They sold on-disc DLC for $30. Now, if that's not shady, I don't know what is. You see, Ubisoft gets all this flack. EA gets all this flack. But when Warner Brothers does it, oh no, they got the comic books characters. And all of a sudden it's okay, because they own Batman. This is not okay, and you should not be okay with this. Another point about Warner Brothers, which I forgot to mention pre-production, is what about the Arkham Origins port, which they did on Wii U? You know, the one without multiplayer. That's another shady thing that happened to Warner Brothers recently. Maybe, just maybe, gamers need to start speaking up about Warner Brothers as a whole. Anyway, signing out.